This is the third CMO conference, Malaysian CMO conference. For those who are still wondering what CMO means, it's a Chief Marketing Officer. And I would like to welcome all of you to today's events. Today we have a lot of speakers, so that's why I want to try to start as fast as I can. And before that, I would just like to say a few things. I would like to thank our sponsors, Astro, our gold sponsor. Also supporting us is our Fried Chilies and Nom Nom Media. Our other supporters are the 4As, the Branding Association of Malaysia, Institute of Marketing Malaysia, Malaysian Advertisers Association, Kachai for the lovely street side billboards that you see in Bangsa. Of course, the Malay Mail, and you have a copy on your chair or under something. The Star, The Edge in the Financial Daily, Kinibiz, SME Magazine, and Mudah.my. So a big round of applause to our supporters and our sponsors. Thank you. As you noticed just now, we have a hashtag going. For those who prefer to have a conversation on their mobile phone, you can tweet away. Now, without further ado, I would like to call upon Srikanth, Director of Moving Walls, who will share with you his story. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause to Srikanth.
Good morning. I just want to start with something that fascinated me 30 years back. And no, you're not in a movie theater. That was Ridley Scott, The Blade Runner, which was made about 30 years back, and a bit of trivia, he's making the second version after 30 years, so it would be interesting to see the version 2. But one of the things that, it is a cult film, grew up with that, and one of the things that fascinated me was how cities would look, how cities would transform, how would, the future cities look like, and how walls would move. Yeah? So that's, and how they would talk to each other. So when Ham asked me to speak on this topic, and I came in earlier and I was making small conversation with a few people, including Pat, and Pat said, "Oh, so you're from the beer company who can make the walls move." And I said, no, this is not about having beer and having the walls move, but this is about making the walls move in conversation with you. Yeah. So really that dream originated, a thought process originated that if the walls could talk, what would they do? What would you do if they were to talk to you? So I went around and asked in the Twitter world what people thought about it. So I had a few responses coming in, which ranged from interesting to inane. Okay, Murphy is in the room. Okay, got it. So there were a few more of this nature, including one which said, "You must be the loneliest person in this world to ask this question." Yeah. So I had a few of these comments that went around, and we said, no, there's still a dream there. Maybe we could make it fun. We could make it engaging. We could make it interact. And we all know there's a child in all of us. next obvious question that we have heard a lot, does size matter? And I mean it in a context of an engagement, interaction, and moving walls. And the answer was, obviously, it does. When we walk into a room, we do notice the tallest people in the room. Yeah, that's an obvious natural instinct. So we wanted to look at this and say, if we had to create a wall that talks, we wanted it to be the tallest wall, the biggest wall, so people would stop and stare at it and say, wow. Really, the next question was, does location matter? And obviously, we went around, talked to clients, well-wishers, advisors, and people said, do it in the biggest location of them all so that people would know what it is about. So we looked around, and there was a thought process which said, if there's Times Square, can there be a B Square, which is Bukit Bintang Square? Yeah. So this was about 2 years, and there's a bit of trivia again to this, that 2.5 years back, when we conceptualized this, every side has a good and a bad side to it. Every story has a good and bad side to it. So we started a project where we went around, talked to clients, and we had a client who believed in us, who gave us a letter of intent saying, if you create this project, we would support you. And we went and started the project. And then comes the MRT, which said, this is our land. So we're going to take it away and look for another location to do this project. So we looked harder. And, and we went around talking to clients again, saying, do you buy this? Do you believe in this? Would you support us? Because at the end of the day, we are a small company. We are not big media. So we had to go around and find some clients who believed in our story. This was one of the conversations.
All right, Barry, are you ready?
I am, Eddie.
The question, for $1 million. What is the first letter in the English alphabet? Is it A, C, B, D, C, A, or D, B? What is the first letter in the English alphabet?
Well, it's A, isn't it?
I don't know, mate, is it?
Well, yeah.
So you want me to lock that in?
Yes, please, Eddie.
Lock in A.
Yep. Oh, well, hang on. What I mean is C.
C?
Yeah.
First you said A, and now you want to change it to C. What do you want me to lock in?
Oh, no, the answer is A, so lock in C. C, A.
C, A. I need an answer, mate.
Yeah, no, lock in A.
So that's your answer?
Yeah, A is my answer.
Okay.
So you locked in C?
Oh, listen, mate, you can't have it both ways. Either I lock in C or I lock in A.
A.
So you want to lock that in? Lock in A.
Yeah. A, as in C.
Mate, are you trying to be a pain in the ass?
No, no.
Well, can you just give me the straight answer so I can lock the bloody thing in?
The answer is A.
It's locked in.
So you locked in C?
Shut up. Well, $1 million. What is the first letter in the English alphabet? You said A.
Meaning C.
The answer is C. A is the first letter in the English alphabet. Sorry, Barry. We're unfortunately out of time here on Millionaire, but we'll see you next time, eh? It's not that hard, is it, mate?
I knew it was A.
Trust me, we had conversations where we felt like this. People were not getting it. And we went back, we pitched again and again till we found the answer. The English alphabet starts with A. And 2 clients who started with A believed in the story, which was Astro and Ambank. So they believed in us, and obviously I chose Who Wants to Be a Millionaire because the deals were in millions. They believed in us, and they said, we'll back this project. Yeah, and I can go on and on about this project. It's an engineering feat in itself. It's got about 18 tons of equipment that went and bolted onto an existing building, which was being renovated at the same time, which was about 30 years old. So we had like 3 levels of engineers certifying that we were not going to collapse the building. Yeah. So we went through this painful process of getting it right. And then the next question was really, if walls could talk, would they move minds? You know, would you really, because this whole game was not about exposure, this was about experience, right? Exposure would have meant that we go drop some 20, 30, 100, 200 screens in, get your ads to run one after another. Whereas experience meant that I had to touch your hearts and minds. You know, it was not about communication, it was about touching the hearts and minds of consumers. So we went around, and one thing we realized is We have unlimited energy when it comes to pitching. So we went around, talked to another group of 20, 30 people, and we said, look, we want to move from moving walls to moving minds. Would you be willing to be part of this journey? And we threw the challenge open, and we said, if you had creativity, we had the walls. So you could come in and create something wonderful here. And we needed the credibility. So we had about 12 people who believed in us again. So from 2, we went to 12 who came on board, and they lent us their names, including Ham here, who's been so generous that he has called me back today to speak to you. Yeah, so I'm grateful that people are willing to experiment, people are willing to look at something new. So we formed this team, and we went around pitching, and we had a bunch of clients who came on board, a few agencies which came on board. And the thought process was that, I read this Confucius saying once, which again moved me quite a bit, which was about, I hear, I forget, I see, I remember, I do, I understand. So the entire challenge was about doing. You had to get the consumers to do something. Yeah. So rather than me talk, you will forget. At least I want to show you what they did. This is what happened. And I kid you not, we spent about 10 days there supporting these clients pull off these campaigns. And every time I felt de-energized, all I had to do was look at the faces of the people who were doing this. There was just genuine joy. Yeah. And I used to trip on that, just go sit there quietly, watch them do it, and you would see, wow, I'm up on the screen, I'm doing this. You know, there's just genuine joy that you feel. You have to be there to feel it. And the beauty of this is not the digital space. It's not about what happens there. I think it's about how you take it beyond that into the social media again. So social meets real, real goes social. So I think that's really how you need to craft these campaigns. So then there is a viral impact. There's one person doing it, and I can give you stats of all these 10 case studies. And if one person is doing it, there's 10 of them surrounding him looking at what he's doing. And then he flicks it to a Facebook, he puts it on Twitter, he puts it on Tumblr, then there is a viral impact to it, and then there's hundreds watching it, and it just starts spreading. So I think that's really how we see this whole game, that the walls should talk, and should talk in real world and in the virtual world. And one of the small case studies, and being a very, very small company, I want to use this as my case study, that when we started Moving Minds, my score in the social world was somewhere around 10. Yeah? So clout is a way you can measure your social score. So it was the simplest. So we looked at our clout score, and I said, okay, we are around 8, 9, 10. And I said, who's the best of them all? Any guesses? The person who's most popular on the social media world is none other than Obama, right? So Obama was up at 92 or 93. So we called it Project Obama. We are going to get to 90s, right? I mean, we still dream. But in a space of 10 days, just the activity that was happening on Bukit Bentang, the photos that we were posting, the videos that we were posting, plus all these 10 clients collectively doing something or the other, our score shot up from 10 to 52. Yeah, that's great, but from there on, I've been trying to inch my way up, and it's been a struggle. Yeah, so something of this nature does move up the notch quite a bit. The obvious next question is, if they can talk, if they can touch my mind, can they recognize me? Yeah. So one of the things that we are doing in a different media in Bukit Bentang, we also run the Pavilion and Fahrenheit digital screens there. So we put cameras there, and we track eyeballs, and we look at how long do you spend looking at the screen. How does your behavior change in terms of looking at the screen? What if I spike the audio? Do you see the screen? What if I splash a color of paint in the middle? Do you look at the screen? What if I do a multi-panel? What if I stream some news for you? Would you look at the screen longer? So it's not a question of are you looking, are you not looking? It's a question of how do I make you look and interact and engage and feel something in your heart about the brand that's out there. So we do that. We also do augmented reality where you're able to interact and engage with the screen recognizes you. Just like Alfred Hitchcock, in every one of the videos that we do, I'm there somewhere. My team makes sure that I'm there. In case you missed me in the video, I was there. Yeah. So really the next question, and we keep asking these questions. I mean, we don't have any other work, but to keep asking questions and keep thinking about what we can do tomorrow that's different. Yeah, that's what keeps us alive and motivated. So the next question was, what if I had two of them? And we all know twins are fun.
Hi, girls. It's August 6th. Is that right?
Yeah.
August 6th, 2012. Daddy's going to play them a little song while they're eating their peas.
You girls ready?
Just in case if you're interested, their dad actually does it every year. So the kids are about 6 years old now, so you can find a few more of these, which is on their birthdays. Sadly, children stop looking cute as they grow older, right? This one is the best. So really, that was the thought process, and as I stand here before you today, we've decided to embark on another project called the Twins, which is right across the same Bukit Bintang area. So we want to end up recreating a New York Times Square. It can't be one board, one media. So we want to do multitude of these projects. And the idea is we are doing it as a twin board where you can control content differently. So you could have temperature with offers coming down below while you run your commercials up there. Or you could actually create content which leverages that, where you could have something happening in the sea, or you could be doing it where a plane is taking off. So really the idea is that it's up to your creativity. And for clients who don't want to creatively use it, you can stick in your 30-second TVC, it'll still run on both the boards. And you can choose whether you want to run the same content or you want to run one TVC on both the boards. So it'll be completely flexible. It's a question of how you want to use this. We're looking at Merdeka Day as the launch pad. Hopefully we'll get there, but there are challenges as a small organization. The Twins needs parents. So I'm back again pitching, trying to find other alphabets.
Right, now this evening we're going to concentrate on the alphabet. I'm going to go around the class, and I want each of you to give me a word beginning with a different letter from the alphabet. Max, we'll start with you. A or A? A desk. No, Max, that's a D.
All right.
D-desk. No, Max, desk does not begin with the letter A. I want a word beginning with the letter A. A door. Good. A door. Well done.
Excuse, please.
Yes, Ali?
I'm not understanding why you are saying a desk is not right, but a door is right.
Okay. As long as the parents start with any alphabet, I will not ask the question the guy asked towards the end. So we are looking for clients, we are looking for media on that. So I think that's really where I would like to leave it. And I hope that, there are more clients who want to be part of this, doing something different, doing something that engages your consumer, something that can go viral, something that benefits your brand at the end of the day. What we have done is to open up our screen right now. So you could hashtag if walls could talk, and your profile will be up on the Bukit Bintang screen for a day or two. So please go ahead and hashtag and share your thoughts. We'll put it up there. You'll be famous. You'll be seen in Bukit Bintang. Thank you.
Thank you, Srikanth. Thank you.